Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for waiting there for a second. We had to switch computers there for a second. I'm Jamie, and I want to take a moment here and welcome everybody to this new wellness webinar. I got a preview of it at 9 a.m., and I'm going to tell you right now, I'm super excited about it. I just want to introduce everybody to Sandy. She is our instructor for this series, and she is a 20-year professional in the beauty industry. In corporate education, trained over 700 artists in techniques and tips and tricks. And not only that, but she's a certified health and mindset coach and meditation guide. She's with us today to help educate us and help us to look and feel our best. So Sandy, welcome. Thank you for being here. And I'm gonna let you take it away now.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. It's so exciting to be here. I am going to quickly share my screen and then pull up the presentation. That way, don't be freaked out by that crazy desktop. I'm in organization mode. Hi, how's everybody doing? I just wanted to take a moment to just get to know everybody, give you a rundown of the beauty flow method, as well as any sort of lingering questions that you might have on like, what are these sessions? Like, what's going on? What's it about? So before we get started, I just wanted to just hear from you guys. We're going to be using the chat quite a bit. Like, this is where I'm able to get interactive with you. So in the chat, I'd love for you to just tell me what city you're in, where are you from, where are you at, what's going on? I need to know. Throw it in the chat. I'm going to pull up my chat box to see Springfield. Okay. Anywhere else to see? Let's see. Kansas City, Springfield, Missouri, Dallas. Okay. Texas. Okay. Okay. Illinois. Okay. Yeah. All right. Got some cool Wisconsin, Oklahoma. All right. Sweet. Okay. A lot of Missouri, San Antonio, Iowa, Dallas. Yes. Okay, cool. It's awesome. I love just to know where people are from, and I'll give you a little intro to me in just a moment, but I just want to make sure that you guys know that, you know, being up here all alone and not being able to see your faces is just, it's different for me. So I would love us to stay as interactive as possible in the chat. So keep your chat box open, because I'm going to be asking you lots of questions to respond and give me a little bit of an idea of where you are at in terms of your headspace, your skill level, things like that. Okay. So this next hour is meant for you, or the idea is for you to get a really good idea, clear picture of what the sessions are going to look like for this upcoming wellness and beauty session. Okay. So today we are going to talk more about like, what are the series intentions? Like what are we really going to get out of this? Like, what is it about? I'm going to take you through an introduction of myself so you get to know me a little bit better. We're going to talk about my company's mission, the Beauty Flow Method, which is my signature 12-week one-on-one coaching program, as well as what are the breakdown of these sessions going to look like? Like, what are you going to expect? Because I think that that's the most important thing, is for you to have some clarity over what to expect. And then I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what kind of support tips and tricks that you guys have that can make this series go by so much better. Okay. So first of all, I just want to give a shout out to Salon Service Group, because how freaking thoughtful are they to have brought whatever, you guys know, bring you an amazing series of wellness programs. I mean, I have to say that if 2020 was a crazy year, it was like the craziest year where we all kind of needed to take a breath. And for many of us, really reassess and reevaluate, recalibrate to like, what are we doing that's going to really serve us in the long run? So first of all, thank you to them. You guys, so grateful that you get to be part of this. It's going to be amazing. So here is our mission. Okay. Whether you're going to join me for just a few sessions, or whether you're going to be part of all the sessions, the mission is to help provide you with tools to jumpstart your wellness journey. Now, like, okay, Listen, wellness is one of those words that are just, it's so ambiguous. It's so vague. Like, what does it even mean? Right. And you are all in the beauty industry. So you guys kind of have this idea of like taking care of yourself, pampering yourself, all that jazz. Right. But like, I want to give you like my picture of wellness. It's about building the body you want to age well in. Okay. I think being a modern day human is really freaking hard. Okay. It is so hard. And there are so many things that are like that we're up against that makes it more difficult for us to have have well-being. And it causes us not to age well, right? And so I want to be part of this solution to help you age well. I want you to live long instead of die long. I want you to not have all of these things to worry about and just enjoy your life. So, we are going to explore how mindset and self connection, nutrition and lifestyle, and self care rituals will lead you to helping you feel and look your best. Yeah. Thank you, SSG, for doing this. You need the motivation to be healthier. So awesome. Okay. I love this. All right. So before we get into all of the nitty gritty today, allow me to introduce myself. So you had a brief introduction to who I am. So I am Sandy Finnis. I am a 20-year, yeah, I said it, 20-year pro makeup artist. That means I started when I was 14. Just kidding. And I'm also a beauty and wellness coach. So I'm a born and raised Chicago City girl. I still live in the city of Chicago. I am like a diehard Chicago sports fan. I am Latina. I am 100% Mexican. I speak fluent Spanish. I mean, I am literally like Chicago through and through, right? And when I was in college, I was like, I want to be a makeup artist. I just loved beauty. So 20 years ago, I went and got a job at the MAC Cosmetics counter, and I spent 18 years there. 18 years of a amazing, amazing career. I was in the artist training and development department, where I spent probably about 10 years there training thousands of makeup artists across the Midwest for MAC. I not only trained pretty much anybody that you probably came across and who worked for MAC in Chicago, but I also supported a lot with makeup artistry. And so I've had the privilege of doing makeup on tons of celebrities. My favorites, I just have to say, because I think it's just really like, it's just a grateful moment for me. I mean, the people that I worked with that I love the most were Lady Gaga, Jared Leto, Cyndi Lauper, the Beastie Boys. I've worked backstage at countless tours, doing makeup support for backup dancers and backup singers, like the Mariah Carey tour, Christina Aguilera tours. I've done all of that, right? I've been to New York Fashion Week, done makeup support to tons of shows there. And I have to tell you, a couple years ago, I was like, I got to do more. There's more out there. And so if you can tell over here, right in this corner, I am a mom. I have a 7-year-old daughter, a 5-year-old son. I've been married, will be 15 years this year. I cannot believe I've been married for 15 years. And happier than ever before. And I will have to say that it struck me a couple years ago that, I really wanted to live a life that was more authentic to who I was, and a life that was a lot more in line with my values and my priorities. So I got diagnosed with an autoimmune disease a couple years ago. And in that time, I was like, okay, what I'm doing is not working. Like, I was at the height of my corporate career. I was traveling, doing everything that like makeup artists could dream of doing. And yet I wasn't healthy inside. And I had kids at home. And okay, first of all, do we have any like working parents in here? Like, throw it in the chat, say yes. Tell me how many kids you have. Like, I just want to know, who are the working parents? Who are the single moms? Like, where are you at? I need to know if you're there with me. Yes, one. Okay, Matt, you got one. Jamie's got one. Yeah. Okay. Oh, girl, Kendra, four. Okay, I bow down to you. Single mom of a 6-year-old, Nicole. I mean, let me tell you, it's tough, right? I mean, it is not easy. And you are all working in an industry where you are servicing people. My daughter's in her first year of college. Ooh, college. Yes. Okay. Still, they're still babies, even when they feel like you're in college, right? And one of the things that I realized in my journey was like, from the outside, people would be like, okay, that girl's got it together. Like she's got the career, she's got the kids, whatever, the husband, but I wasn't happy or healthy inside. I wasn't. And no amount of makeup or skincare would make it better. I wasn't feeling good about myself. I was just like in this like spiral of shame. I was comparing myself to other people, but from afar, people were like, I don't understand what's wrong with you. But inside, I knew something was wrong. So I started doing a lot of research. Like I'm sure a lot of you have done, a lot of you are researchers, and we'll get to that in a second, right? And I realized how much mindset and the way that you structure your life and live your priorities and live authentic to yourself, like how much that matters and how much that truly is the epitome of what beauty is. I'm going to be 39 next month, guys. 39. Okay. And we're going to talk about it today, but like, I'm going to hopefully give you some tools to make you feel your best. Cause at 39 years old, I've never felt better in my life, in my body. I've never felt healthier. I've never felt more excited to live. Even throughout 2020, throughout the pandemic, I stayed rooted and grounded. And my goal became to share that with the world. And that's when I created the Beauty Flow Method. And my mission with the Beauty Flow Method is to help conscious modern people look younger than their age with custom beauty, mindset, and health routines. I mean, at the end of the day, when you feel your best, you directly impact the world in a more positive way. And like at the end of the day, right? Aren't we all here for that? Like I know that we're all hairstylists or we're in the beauty industry, you might be a colorist, whatever, but you're part of the beauty industry, right? You probably came to the beauty industry because you wanted to help people feel beautiful, right? And I did that for a long time via makeup. And the truth is, you guys, it's like I still do makeup. I still work on set. I still have a thriving freelancing career. Like I'm never going to give that up because makeup is my passion. But this beauty wellness thing, like this is my mission in life. Like I'm here to really make a positive impact and show people that beauty and health and looking and feeling good, that doesn't start and stop with makeup. It doesn't start and stop with skincare. And we're going to talk a little bit about that in just a minute, okay? So, like a lot of people, it's so interesting. They're like, okay, Sandy, you've been this makeup artist and now you're a coach. Like, I don't get it. Like, what's that? What's a coach? So I want to know in the chat, throw in there if you've ever had a coach before. Throw 1 if you've had a coach. If you've never had a coach, put a 2 in the chat because I am just dying to know if people have had coaches before, like for anything, okay? And by the way, Jennifer, yes, puppies do count if you're a mom. Puppies count. Volleyball coach count. Okay, sports coaches, they count in a way, but I'll explain the difference. So yes, okay, great. Okay, so half and half. It seems like some people have had coaches, most people have not. Okay, great. Awesome, awesome. Okay, I actually want to know one more thing. If I have any guys in the audience, can you just throw up a, yup, heck yes, I'm a guy, like what's up? Or anybody who identifies with being a male. Just want to know, hi, I'm a man. Yes, Matt, you are a man. Okay, hi, hey. Okay, so we've got a couple of guys in here. Okay, so here's the deal. If the word beauty doesn't resonate with you, leave it, okay? It's all about just looking and feeling your best. We're going to talk about that, but beauty is what I know because I come from the beauty industry. You are all in it, so I think you can totally connect. And this is why I think Salon Service Group was really excited about this because I speak your language. Not only do I speak your corporate language, but I speak the beauty language, and it's going to really help regardless, okay? So let's go back to a coach, all right? I think this is really key for us to see like what a coach is. All right. What we do is we help to support and mentor you, our clients, right, in creating specific actions to make the healthiest decisions for themselves. All right. So somebody brought up volleyball coaching, right? Like, is a volleyball coach count? And here's why it kind of counts, because what coaches do, right, is we have a very different perspective than the person playing the game. You are playing the game of your life, right? You are in the game. You are like playing all the positions in your game. And so sometimes when you're in the game, you're not able to get a bird's eye view or perspective of what are the right plays for you to win your game. Okay. So a coach can see you from the sideline, can take a more objective perspective versus emotional perspective and help guide you towards the areas that are going to make you better. Okay. So I love to give this analogy, but I think it's not an analogy, but it's a really good point. There are a couple versions of you. Everyone has like a couple hundred versions of you, but I want to really talk and hone in on two different versions. You have the ideal version of you, like the person you want to be. Like when you dream about being your best self, like that is your ideal person. And then you have the real version of you, the person that is, like the person that you are. The further apart you are from your ideal version, there's a lot of friction in there. Friction happens the further apart these two people are. The closer these two people come together, that's when you experience joy. When you are the ideal version of you, you feel joy. But when you are in the game, it's hard to find the ways to make those moves. So a coach, our goal, our job, our mission is to make you get closer to that ideal version of yourself. Who's into it? Tell me yes if you're like, oh my God, yes. I'm excited. I'm like dying. Tell me a yes. You don't have, put it in the chat. We got a couple. Let's see what you got. Yes, yes. Okay. Yes. It's all about that, right? Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay. So here are what coaches are not. We are not therapists. Now, let me say this. In the beauty industry, because I played this role and I know you have, and you can even throw me a 1 if you feel like you are taking your clients to therapy. Like you are their therapist, right? Like throw me a 1 if that's you. If you're like, girl, every single hour someone new comes in and I'm like therapy to them. Like I am like helping them break down their problems like all day long, right? Like you wouldn't be good at your job. They wouldn't be coming back to you if they didn't find a safe space with you, right? Because like anyone can cut hair, but it's like the way you make them feel is what keeps them coming back to you, right? So therapists, I like to give this very clear distinction. Therapists help you make sense of your past. They help you make sense of trauma. They help you make sense of things that have already happened. Coaches help you make sense of things that make you better in the future. We are the ones that are holding you accountable to be a better person and make the best decisions for the future you. Okay. It's not that we don't care about what has happened to you, but that's not our scope of work. Okay. We're leaving that to the therapist because they have the ability and the capability to help you unravel what has happened. But in coaching, we'll do a little bit of it, but my goal is not for you to relive trauma. My goal is for you to make decisions so that you could do the things that make your life thrive. Okay. A therapist and a coach at the same time is like the dream team. Whether you believe in therapy or not, if you don't believe in it, that's totally cool. Leave it where it is, right? But if you are like, okay, no, I believe in therapy. You have a coach and a therapist at the same time. That's a dream team, and you are going to level up. Okay. At the same time, it's like another level human that you become. Coaches are also, we are not doctors. Okay. So yes, I am a health coach. Yes. I have a lot of information about being a health. So just so you guys know, and I forgot to put this in my intro, but I am a certified mindset coach, meditation guide as well. I am also a certified integrative nutrition health coach. So I've studied various modalities and all from a holistic perspective to get you to be your ultimate you. As a doctor or as a health coach, I don't have access to your labs to see your blood work. So it's very difficult for me to give you like direction on what you should be doing, should be eating, should be, because I'm not your doctor. I don't see those things. Health coaches work alongside doctors. So if you have a specific health concern that you're dealing with and you're working with a health coach, you know, what you can do is make your doctor link up with your health coach. They can share, we can share files with me, and then I can look at that and then help you direct from there. But my goal is to just give you information and give you guidance and direction, but I'm not going to prescribe anything to you. So that's the biggest difference, okay? Now, the reason why I'm not a coach or a therapist the reason why I'm not a therapist or a doctor is because everybody is bio-individual. What works for me may not work for you. What works for this person might not work for this person. So when you hear things like, oh, you should be intermittent fasting, or you should be doing keto, you should be doing like just throw that out of the wall. Throw that out. Like, we don't need any of that, right? Because when someone tells you you should be doing something, you should question, okay? I'm never going to tell you what you should be doing. I'm going to tell you what you can be doing. That's what a coach does, is we tell you what you can be doing, because everybody is bio-individual. My goal is to help you tap into your body intelligence so that you could be your own North Star. You could be your own anchor, and you can be empowered to make your own decisions. And that's what a coach does, is we empower you. The end of the day, we also keep you accountable. Okay. Our goal, our mission as coaches is we are in the business of transformation. We are in the business of transformation. How many of you, throw a 1 in the chat if this sounds like you? Something's wrong, you go to Google and you try to research a way, like a solution. You have researched solutions up and down, left and right. Okay, yes, you're a researcher. You know all the solutions. You know everything. Like, you know that you got to sleep better. You know the tricks. You know the trick. Okay. And yet, because you know everything, and you do know everything, you're still not implementing, staying consistent. Therefore, you're not transforming. Is that you? You don't have to answer. You can if you want. I don't care. If you want, you feel like, oh yeah, that's me, you know, it's possible. Coaches are in the business of transformation. So let me show you our like magic formula, okay? This is the transformation formula, the coach's magic formula. You are really good at sourcing education and information, right? That's what, like, Google is amazing. Like, listen, everything that you want to know, it's out there. It's there, right? Google is profitable for a reason. You may practice what you learn. You might be like, okay, I know this information, and you know what, for this week, I'm going to do better on like whatever. Maybe it's eating, maybe it's sleeping, maybe it's whatever it is. And yet, like, something falls off. The missing piece is accountability. Like, sit with that for a second. Like, is that, because like, if you don't have to answer to somebody, let alone like another adult, right? You don't have skin in the game. And when you don't have skin in the game, it's really easy to make excuses, or to just say tomorrow, or just say, you know what, tomorrow I'll start, or tomorrow I'll start, or next week I'll start, or whatever. Without accountability, if that's skin in the game, babe, you're not going to transform. It doesn't work that way. I wish it did. I wish it did, because then, you know what, things would be so much easier. But it tends to not. And the accountability is why coaches are awesome. So here's the deal, right? You're going to get a lot of education over these next couple of weeks, which is amazing. You're probably going to get a lot of practice, but we're not going to really have the the opportunity to hold you accountable for the lack of better words. I'm going to give you some solutions at the end of today. So don't worry, there will be some accountability. I'm going to give you some tools and resources, and the accountability is showing up. It's coming to all the sessions or the ones that you can. Like, that's your accountability right now, because that's how you see transformation. So there's only one thing I ask of you throughout all of these sessions, like seriously, one thing, and that's to have a beginner's mindset. All right. For those of you who are well educated, who've done all the research, right? You know a lot. Like, I'm so excited and proud of you for that. And having a beginner's mindset is having an attitude of openness, eagerness, like like taking all your perceptions, throwing them out the window, and just being open to what is being presented. So if you can have that beginner's mindset, it makes this whole journey, all of these sessions, so much easier. It makes it more fruitful, right? And that's what you're all here, right? Again, thank you, Salon Service Group, for bringing this to you, because their goal was your well-being. Their goal was to bring you something that they thought would help enrich your life so that you can make a positive impact out there in the world. Like, that's amazing. So let's use this time wisely and give you the opportunity to make that amazing impact in the world. Okay. So I am going to be now sharing with you an overview of the Beauty Flow method. So the Beauty Flow method, just to kind of give you guys a little background, it is my signature one-on-one beauty coaching program that I have been facilitating and working with clients in for the past year and a half. And I'm doing it in group settings as well. And so, like, this is amazing because the Salon Service Group came out and they wanted somebody. And like, when I started to talk to them in like their language, like, I come from the beauty industry, like, all we want to do is we want to look and feel our freaking best. Like, I speak your language, I get it. I think that was when they were like, oh my gosh, like, this is amazing. So my goal is to help you build the mind, the body, and beauty that you will age well in. Okay. Remember, I'm going to be 39 next month. 39. And some of you may be older than that. Some of you may be younger than that. And it doesn't matter what your age is. But like, I am just like, I literally, this is the first time in my life over the past couple of years where I feel the best in my body. I feel the best in my body. And I do that from a holistic perspective. So my program is like this hybrid of holistic beauty rituals, but it takes in all of this like mindset information, all of this nutrition and lifestyle. And I'm going to show you what that means in just a moment. But like, it's like the ultimate of well-being. Okay. I now wear less makeup than I've ever had to before. I use less skincare than I've ever had to before. I've been able to worry about myself less than I've ever had to before, and then give that time to my family, like give them my presence, and like actually go and like live my life and not worry about like what I look like or what I felt like or what, like I don't. And I feel that this is a really, like, I'm sure you guys can feel my passion. I feel like you guys can feel that. I get you, right? Like, I'm so passionate about helping people just like be their best. And that's what this is about. Okay. But there's like this, there's a misnomer, right? You guys are in the beauty industry, so I think you're going to get this, but I want to share with you something that is like one of my beliefs. Okay. We're going to talk about beliefs in the next session, but I think that I just want to share with you my belief. You don't have to agree with my belief. You never have to agree with anything I believe, but it's just what I think is the truth. It's like, beauty is not a destination. It's a vehicle for you to look and feel your best. You don't just arrive at beauty and you're like, I'm here. Okay. That doesn't happen. Beauty is not the destination. It's the vehicle, and the destination is looking and feeling your best, because when you look and feel your best, that's when you show up for the world. When you arrive to your best self, you show up for your family, you show up for your friends, you show up for your community, whoever, right? You show up. You guys are all in the industry, right? You are the conduit. You are the liaison for your client to look and feel their best. They're channeling your creativity so that they can look and feel your best. Right? You are the beauty industry. That is what we do. Do you agree? Like, if you agree with me, like, tell me. I need to know. Like, do you agree with this? If you don't, tell me that too. I don't care. Tell me one if you agree, two if you disagree. Like I just need to know where you're at. Okay. Thank you guys. Like, yeah, right? Our whole goal is to make people feel and look their best. That's what we got to do. But here's the thing. We can't make them feel and look their best. They have to do it on their own. We are just the vehicle for them getting there. And here's what I mean by that, okay? I used to think in the beauty industry, right? Beauty start and stopped with makeup and skincare. Now, listen, I came from a makeup world. I know you guys are in the hair world. So I'm, listen, just hear this out. Like, I thought beauty all depended on like what my skill set was, what products I was using. Was I using the ones that all the influencers were using? Like, was I using the latest and greatest technologies? Like, I used to think that, right? Like, that's what would define my beauty, right? And then all of a sudden, I got older. I had this autoimmune disease, and I realized that none of that shit mattered, right? Like, I could still be using all the foundation, all the serums, all the motions and potions and blah, 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 blah. But if I didn't feel beautiful or grateful, or if I wasn't doing the things that my body needed, I would never feel beautiful or feel or look my best. And this is when, like, I'm telling you, beauty is an inside job. And you guys should know this too, right? From the hair perspective, like, the vitamins and minerals you feed your body feeds your hair, and it's, and it's shine, and it's durability. Like, you guys know this, right? And so it struck me, like, beauty is based on the integration of really what is going on in your mindset and self-connection, what's going on in nutrition and lifestyle. Like, that is the foundation. That is the infrastructure of beauty. Because it doesn't matter how much foundation I was wearing. If I didn't mentally believe that I was beautiful, how could, it didn't matter. Didn't matter. If I wasn't feeding my body the nutrients, right? This is my rainbow water. You'll get used to rainbow water. Okay, it's my magic beauty water. It's called rainbow water. If I wasn't feeding my body the nutrients, how would I ever expect my skin to thrive? Like, it didn't make sense to me, right? On that, let me drink. Okay. So the beauty flow method rests on the foundation of mindset and self-connection, nutrition and lifestyle. That is the foundation and infrastructure of your beauty. Everything else, the conscious beauty, self-care rituals, the makeup, the hair, all that stuff, that's like the last thing you worry about. And what's going on right now in our world is because we're so visual and we only care about what we can see. We don't really care about what we can't see. We start from the other way, right? We start with all the lotions, the potions, the skincare, the hair, all that stuff. And we start there and we think it's going to change us. But we got to go to the root of it. And that's where the beauty flow method starts. So in the background, you can see this little logo bug. It's my logo bug. It's the triangle, because the triangle represents like what is the infrastructure of beauty. It starts at the bottom. Okay. So let me give you a little bit more information on how we're going to flow during these next sessions. Okay. We are going to start in my program too. The first place we start is mindset and self-connection. Here's why. Hear me out. There is so much, I think you guys, if anybody has ever had like eczema or a skin rash or something on their skin, I'm sure somebody has told you it was stress. Like, are you stressed? Like, is stress getting to you, girl? Like, what's going on, right? And let's be real, 2020 tested our stress, right? There was it put us over our threshold of stress. Okay. I'm guessing a few of you may have had some side effects to all of the stress, all of that, right? And your mindset is so important. Your mental fitness, like, this is what we need to work on. I mean, obviously, right? Mental fitness is so important because it really helps for you to feel free in your own mind and body, like stopping the battles you have with yourself, right? But here's one thing that this is not an opinion. This is fact. Stress does not derail your beauty or bring on physical symptoms and diseases. It's not stress that does that. I promise you, it's not the stress. It's your reaction to the stress. Stress does not derail your beauty. It is your reaction to the stress. You cannot control your experiences. 2020 told us that. It taught us that real good. We cannot control our experiences. You can control how you experience your experiences. You cannot control your experiences, but you can control how you experience your experiences. Okay, did that just hit you? Tell me a 1 if that just hit you in what, did that just hit you? Yeah. Katie, what is your rainbow water? I'll tell you rainbow water later. I'll get to that. But yeah, like 100%, right? Okay. If I don't help you with your mental fitness and get your mindset, even just like, let's take this example, over incorporating more plants into your diet, over incorporating more green into what you eat. If I don't get you over that mindset, you're never going to do it. So do you see how mindset and self-connection is the first place you begin whenever you want to jumpstart your well-being or your beauty, right? Because you're right, stress does bring on a whole host of things, or the reaction to your stress brings on all of that, right? It does, it brings it on. But we can control what we can control, how we experience it. The second area that we then move into is nutrition and lifestyle. Because based on fact, the foods that you eat directly influences the lens in which you view life. That's a fact. That's like, this is science. I'm not like giving you like fluff. I'm not giving you Sandy's opinion, Sandy's belief. This is science, right? And let me tell you something. Being a modern day human creates a lot of roadblocks to thriving with nutrition and lifestyle. Listen, also working in a salon, right? How many of you are lucky if you get to eat lunch? How many of you are lucky if you get to take a break? How many are you lucky if you get to eat a home cooked lunch at work, or like, you know, you have to run out and get something convenient, right? Like, is that you? Throw me a 1 if that's you. If you're like, yeah, what is lunch? What is it? Exactly. Listen, if you ever were at a Mac counter in the early 2000s, 2010s, whatever, like, no, we didn't take lunch. And it was almost like we thrived off of that, right? You know, like, what is that? So what can we do that's in our control, right? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about that in these sessions. It's like, how can we find the balance of performing well in our jobs that's in salon life, but also maintaining our well-being. So we're going to talk about that. Okay. And then the last thing that we talk about is self-care rituals, and what are the things that are going to make us look our best. Okay. Because now we've learned how to feel our best, but now we need to learn how to look our best. Right. So we'll talk about that, and I'll give you more information in a second. Okay. So here's the thing. Flow is such an awesome word, because being in flow or getting in flow, like you guys know, when you're cutting hair, or when you're getting the highlights and you're putting the color on hair, like you guys are in flow. It's kind of like when the ego falls away and you're just so immersed in an activity, like you don't even have to think about it. You feel like you just know you're in flow, right? Like that's what flow is. But getting into your beauty flow is also my 4-step signature method. Remember, my program is a 12-week method to completely change around your well-being and getting into your flow. And by doing that, the first thing you have to do is find your why. And I'll explain in a moment. Then you have to figure out how to let go of the thoughts that no longer serve you, that are not serving you, and releasing them. Then it's about opting for better choices. Like, what are the choices out there? How can I opt for the best one for me so I can get closer to my ideal state? Okay. And then we have to talk about winning self-care rituals. But here's the kicker. Self-care may not be what you think it is. We'll talk about that in a second. Who's excited? Okay, tell me a one. Give me a one if you're excited. Give me a two if you're like, meh, meh. Okay, who's excited? Like, who is down? Like, who's like, okay, sign me up. I am ready. Let's go. Okay, I love this. Sweet. Okay, so next week, we start right off the bat with finding your why. Okay, I know that a lot of you just told me you were moms, and you don't even have to be a mom for this to ring true. But like the resource that is super limited right now to modern day humans is time and bandwidth, right? How many of you are just like to-do list overload? Okay, is that you, right? How many of you are like, I just don't have the damn time. I just don't have the time, right? Here's the deal. You got to find your why. You got to find, why do you do what you do? Why do you do what you do? Okay. This is where we're going to start by going through and assessing, like, what are our life priorities? What are our values? Like, what is it that we want from our lives? What is important to us? Because let's establish what that is. Let's put that on paper. Let's declare it. And I'm not talking about like, what are your family values? What are your community values? I'm talking about your values. What do you value out of your life? Because that's going to give you a very clear direction of where time can be spent. I'm guessing, if I were a betting woman, just guessing, that maybe for some of you, social media is a priority, but like when you really think about your values and like what's important in your life at the end of the day, that social media is probably not high up on that list. I'm guessing, just throwing it out there, right? And yet we spend so much of our time on social media, right? Like, how many of you wake up in the morning, that's the first thing you do, and you start scrolling? Meanwhile, you're telling me health is a value of yours, but you're robbing your health time and giving it to time that doesn't matter, giving it to social media, right? So this is like something that we're going to talk about next week, right? Why do you do what you do? Why do you wake up and say, you know what, I'm going to go do hair today? Like, what's your why? Like, know it. What is your why? What are your values? What is important in your life? What are the things that when you leave this planet, what do you want your legacy to be? What are your values? Start living that today. Because if you don't, when do you start living your values, right? Who do you want to be? Who do you want to be? What is your vision of yourself? Set that now. Set that on paper. Put it up so you can see. That's what we're going to talk about next week on Finding Your Why. Then we're going to go into letting go. And when we want to let go of old patterns of thought that no longer serve us and release them, it starts with really understanding the brain function, like the function of the brain in neuroscience, right? And we're going to this is really cool. I find that a lot of people love this because it gives them context to why their emotions are the way they are or how they respond to the things they do, right? So like, I'm going to give you clear like neuroscience facts of like the parts of the brain and what each part of the brain is responsible for. So that way, the next time you have a client that came in that did something that was just crazy, that like sent you over the edge, you could actually have awareness to come back and be like, that's my amygdala taken over. Okay, amygdala, sit down. Let's get the prefrontal cortex. Let's bring that in because that amygdala, I don't have time for you today. Not today. Okay? Not today. And so like you'll be able to have these conversations with yourself. It's going to get real, right? On like where in your brain everything like shows up. But the cool part about this is like, how do we instill mental fitness? Like this is the part that I find that people get the most free, like they get free from this, like how they can express mental fitness and agility. It's just like working out your bicep. Any of you go to the gym and you like have a leg day and you have an arm day? Well, when was the last time you had a brain day? Right? Because if you don't work out that muscle, then you're not going to have a strong muscle to work from. And mindfulness practice and meditation scientifically is the #1 thing you can do that will make a sizable impact the quickest with mental fitness. And we're going to talk about that. Okay. I hope you're in for this. I hope you're excited, because you know I am super passionate, right? Oh, the other thing that's really cool is that I'm going to be giving you guys my signature journal prompt to help you strengthen your body intelligence and rewiring new thought patterns, which I only give away to my clients. So again, thank you, Salon Service Groups, because you guys are getting so many goodies that I don't normally give away to other people. You have to be enrolled in my program for. So, okay, here we go. So then we're going to get into opting for better choices. This is actually, we're going to spend 2 weeks on opting for better choices, because there's so much information that I can share with you on your nutrition and lifestyle protocol. So for example, there is a massive connection between the gut, the mind, and the skin, and it's in an ecosystem called the microbiome. If you don't know about the microbiome yet, get ready. We're going in, okay? Also, it's not just going to be like, get ready, you're going to hear about it from Sandy at the Beautiful Method. You're going to hear about it from doctors and science. Like this is new technology, new information, new research that we have found that has been able to change lives, okay? And I'll just give you a tip. The microbiome thrives off of color, meaning like eating the rainbow, and that's where my rainbow water comes in, and it's just using every one fruit that represents every color of the rainbow, throwing it in my water and getting vitamins and nutrients that way. My beauty water, rainbow water. So for those of you who are asking, that's what that is. Get ready. We're going to be talking about beauty water a lot, because there's so many ways. And in the summer, I put a little vodka in there. It helps to cut the wine and the sugar. It's really fun. Okay, just saying. Only if you're 21 and over, obviously. Okay, so food exploration for health and salon life. Yes, we are going to go there. We are going to talk about what are some of the solutions that you can employ when you know you're going to work. What are some of the things to look out for and to make sure you have, whether it be in a shake or a smoothie, that's going to help you reach maximum benefits when you're at your work life. And then we also have to go over like what's going to happen when the session's over. What's going to happen when you're out there in real life, right? Because remember, it takes education plus practice plus accountability for transformation. And what's really great that I'm going to be offering that I don't ever offer is I'm going to be offering, if anybody at the end of these sessions want to enroll in my one-on-one coaching program, you're going to get a massive discount just because you were here. So you'll see. We're going to talk about that at the end. And then lastly, we have our winning self-care rituals. So this is going to be something that we're going to be doing at the end of our sessions. And we're really going to be exploring grounding and energy shifting rituals, because here's the thing. Sunday self-care. It's like, okay, that's like being like having a mask or having a massage. And that could be self-care. But maybe it's not enough for you, right? Self-care is a spectrum, okay? On the light and fluffy side, it's a massage, it's a gua sha, it's, you know, it's getting your hair done, it's getting your nails done. Like that's like self-care, right? For some people, it's actually taking a nap. For some people, it's going out in nature. For most people, it's setting boundaries. Boundaries is self-care. How many of you feel like you need help setting boundaries? Throw a 1 in the chat. I need to know. Like, tell me now, how many of you are like boundaries? Yes, boundaries. Like 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, like boundaries, right? Boundaries is self-care. Sometimes it is the big old one, right? Yes, sometimes boundaries is actually going to give you more self-care than a massage. Being able to say no when your body is not aligned. Okay, that helps you look your best. That helps you look and feel your best. So what our goal is to protect your nervous system, because yes, we actually are gonna do a little gua sha and some dry brushing in this session. We're gonna teach you, or I'm gonna teach you, but I also need you to know that protecting your nervous system is the #1 self-care thing you can do if you wanna age well and look good doing it. I mean, yeah, right? Okay. Self-connection is what's going to be woven throughout the entire session. We're going to go back to that about what is authentic to you. What is bio-individual to you? Like, connect to who you are. Place your hand on your heart. Take a deep breath. What is going on? Like, quiet the mind and connect to yourself. After 20 years in the beauty industry, I can promise you one thing. I can't promise you a lot of things, but I can promise you one thing. The number one thing that's going to derail your beauty flow and accelerate your aging is not being yourself. That shit is worse than dairy and gluten. I'm telling you right now. It will create a slew of dis-ease in your body that will show up on your face. And so self-connection is so important. It's so important. So I hope you guys are like excited, because we are gonna like shake the globe with this. We are gonna shake it up. We are like gonna like emerge out of this, like really feeling in our flow. Here's the session breakdown, so you can see what each session is going to entail. So if you haven't already signed up for your sessions, I hope that today inspires you to find your why, letting go, like find the ones that you know are going to connect to you. You know, in my heart of hearts, I think all of them connect to you because they're kind of like building blocks onto the next one. And it takes 9 weeks to truly embody a new habit and a new behavior. 21 days to set a habit, yes, but like to embody the next behavior and have sustainable results, it takes 9 weeks. And so of us spending all this time together, I really do believe that you will have a shift. You'll have a breakthrough in some way, shape, or form, okay? 2 of the sessions are going to be meditation sessions, okay? You'll see that it's on April 26th and May 17th. We're going to do 2 different meditations. So meditation for some people could be really intimidating and super scary. I know modern day humans, we're all like, I don't meditate. I don't know how to meditate. I don't know how to quiet my feelings, all this stuff. I don't know how to quiet my mind. Do I not think something? Like, do I not think anything? Like, there's so many questions, okay? Here's the deal. In all of the meditations that I guide, you do not need to be an experienced meditator. You do not even have had to meditate a day in your life to come to my meditations. But if you're an experienced meditator, you'll still get something out of it. So let me give you a couple tips for those sessions. If you're going to come to them, I highly encourage you do, because my meditations is where my clients say they have their best breakthroughs is through a meditation. Okay. So a couple tips. Find a quiet place to be with as less distractions as humanly possible. I know some of you have kids, some of you have pets. Like, just do your best. Like, don't like freak out or feel like, you know, if your child comes through the door, like it's not going to ruin anything. Just do your best. Wear comfortable clothing that's non-restricting, that you feel like you can be super comfortable laying down in. You could be seated on a cushion. You could be in a chair. You could be reclined, whatever that looks like for you. Just find that clothing and comfortable spot. And so these are recommendations. Again, if you don't have them, like, don't freak out. But if you bring a blanket, that would be great, because in meditation, you can get cold. It's kind of like sleeping. Like, when you become very in a restful spot, you sometimes can be distracted by being cold. Your body temperature goes down, so you'll want a blanket. And headphones help for the experience to be more dynamic. I am going to be playing music. I'll be talking through a microphone, and I am trained with my voice inflections to help you to enter into a deeper relaxed state. So the headphones help for like just like drowning out background noises. So that is just a suggestion. Okay. All right. So I'm not going to leave you hanging. I promise you. So there are some support tools that are going to be coming your way. The first thing that I would suggest is that when you come to these sessions, it would be great for you to have something to take notes in. As an adult learner, you will only retain 7% of the information that you learn in a training session. That's it. If you take notes and review those notes, that percentage goes up to 30%. So take notes. You will be getting some journal prompts. So you may not be journaling in every session, but you will be wanting to journal in the days that we're not meeting. So have a journal with you because that's going to be very supportive. And I will be giving out some of my proprietary handouts that I give out to my one-on-one clients who are in my coaching programs to help set you up for success. Next week, you will be working, well, I should say this, after this session, there will be a worksheet posted for you on a registration portal, I believe. And I think we will be able to get you that information when I'm done here on where to find this. It would be ideal if you had this done before coming to the next session. If you don't have it done, that's cool. Like, don't worry, like nothing is a force here, right? It's just ideal because we are going to be discussing your awareness and values in next week's session because it's going to help you to find your why. Okay. Now here's the deal. You are going to hear a lot of information over the next few weeks, over the session. It's not meant to overwhelm you. It's not meant to pressure you to be perfect. It's meant to inform you. Whatever doesn't resonate, leave it at the door. Whatever you take in, take in. If something I say, you're like, I don't take it, I don't believe it, then cool, you do you, okay? The idea of this series is not about being perfect. I don't want you to be perfect. I don't want you to aim for perfection. I want you to aim for awareness. I want you to be able to take from this program the ability to be aware that, oh my, okay, if I'm off track, how do I have the awareness to get myself back on track? Okay. I don't want you to be perfect because you'll drive yourself crazy. We cool? Cool. Okay. Before we round out today, I thrive off of connection with my people. You are in my program. If you're signing up for any of these sessions, you are officially my people. I'm your person, you're my people. Please connect with me. I want you to DM me on Instagram or Facebook with any wins that you have over the sessions, any aha moments, or any questions. Okay. You can find me on Instagram at Sandy Thinnes. You can find my Facebook page at Sandy Thinnes. Just look up Sandy Thinnes Beauty Flow. You'll find it. It's Makeup Artistry and Beauty Flow, but you'll find it. Please connect with me. I'm going to stress that you do every week. Send me a message with something that was changing for you. I need to hear it so that I can help you guys. And that's the way that we can do it because this is not set up for me to have direct contact with you, but I can control it on my DMs. Okay. So who's excited? I want you to throw in the chat if you are ready, like say ready. If you are like, yes, I am ready for this. Ready. Yes, let's go. Right. I am so ready for us to let's go. That is it for me for today. But for those of you who commented ready, I am hoping to see you next week with finding your why. Yay! So exciting. Hey.
Hey again. Thank you, Sandy, for this amazing session. We're so excited to be working with you and have you here with us. That worksheet that she mentioned will be up in just a few minutes on the page with the registration links and the schedule and the waiver and all of that. Just go back to that page. It'll be at the bottom. I'm actually going to go at it right after this. I want to say thank you to Gino Barbo and for sponsoring this for all of our salon service group employees and our stylists and all of that. So thank you so much. We're so excited that everybody's here. Thank you again, Sandy, and we will see you next Monday, hopefully at 1. Bye.